I suppose I shouldn't expect to have the benefit of the doubt given my regrettable history.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the channel, my young and the Restless fans. Hopefully you're having a terrific Thursday, and we gotta cue the music and the suspense because Genoa City is serving up chaos today, honey. And we gotta dive into this wild ride of an episode where Nick is ready to throw hands, Sharon is stuck playing sewer princess with Cameron Kirsten, and Nate is out here recruiting like it's the NFL draft. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and unpack this episode for January 9th. So we kick things off over at Crimson Lights with Nick and Chan scrambling for answers, but all they got are dead ends and growing fears. Sharon's been through hell, and the longer she's missing, the grimmer things are looking. Now, while Nick's temper is flaring, Chan's try to keep things professional, but let's face it, this is Genoa City. Logic rarely prevails here. Meanwhile, Sharon wakes up in a sewer, chained up and wondering what kind of Lifetime movie she's landed in. Enter Cameron Kirsten, yes, he's back, who's suddenly her ghostly sewer buddy with a penchant for nostalgia. Now, he's out here reminiscing about his own bloodstains on the floor like it's a scrapbook memory, and he got PTSD. However, Sharon understandably is not in the mood for his little PTSD pity party. Cameron points out that someone left her food or water, but she's not feeling the room service vibes. She's terrified that she's going to be left for dead while everybody else assumes that she's having another breakdown or gone off somewhere. But no worries, Cameron's deadpan humor is here to lighten the mood as he casually tells her, just wiggle out of her chains. Yeah, that's charming. However, it looks like for Sharon, all it left her with is tears, sorrow, and dread. Now, back over at the ranch, Victor is assembling his legal avengers. Michael Baldwin is once again tasked with finding proof, or creating some, let's be real, that Ian is behind Sharon's disappearance. Now, Victor's out here sipping whiskey and planning Ian's downfall like the corporate Machiavelli he is. Now, Michael, however, sweating bullets, knowing that Victor's definition of discreet might not align with the law. Now we take a jet out to LA where we see Nate trying to recruit Damien into the Winters fold. But Damien is no fool. He got questions. And Nate's answers are giving cryptic LinkedIn recruiter vibes. Money, quote unquote, is Nate's biggest pitch because apparently nothing says move to the Midwest in the wintertime like a fat paycheck. Now Damien's intrigued, but the boy is skeptical, and honestly, who can blame him? Nate's story is shakier than Ian's alibi. After the ladies return from their retail therapy all over LA, Amy is beaming with excitement about the fact that she might see her son. However, Nate is like, well, I really don't have any clear answers on what Damien is going to do, or even if he believes me. And that's when Audra actually had a few words of wisdom that said, well, maybe next time you meet with him, maybe you need to be honest and tell him the truth. So now our favorite Genoa City hothead, Nick, once again, he's not having it. After pooling together a lot of nothing with Chance, he decides to go stomp off and confront Ian. And Michael said something interesting. Victor, you gonna just let him go off like that? You do realize that he is not a happy camper. And Victor was like, yeah, I know, let him go. Maybe we can get some done. However, Michael said, well, Ian does have on file with the police. He just found out that if something happens to him, to blame the Newmans. However, Victor, he don't care about any of that. All he wants is to stump out Ian. And finally, back at the motel, we got Jordan and Ian's dysfunctional partnership because Jordan and Ian are bickering like an old married couple. She's tired of his paranoia and lack of appreciation for her quote-unquote hard work, like dumping Sharon in that so-called car. Ian is losing his cool considering tipping off the cops, but Jordan shut that down real quick. She got bigger worries like why Ian isn't paying any attention to her needs, which translates into it's your turn to now pay up. She wants her fair share when it comes to none other than Claire. And he gives her a look in the face like, yeah, that's what you think. However, somebody come beating on the door like they're the police. It's our handsome hothead Nicholas Newman, and he's like, where's Sharon? I know you had something to do with this. Jordan is in the bathroom. Ian is holding his Bible, acting like the champion he is. And Nick is like, I'm not buying any of it, because if you had anything to do with Sharon's disappearance, Ian, I'm going to rip you apart. Now, we already know Mariah said that she was going to take him out, and now we got a threat on the table from Nick as well. I'm wondering if something happens to Ian, will this put a new mystery on our hands down the road? Okay, so there you have it. Yes, this episode was peak Young and the Restless drama. Nick threatening violence, Victor scheming, and Sharon pulling herself together in the most impossible situation. And can we talk about Cameron again? His ghostly sarcasm is giving unhinged comic relief, and I guess we're here for it. What's next? Will Sharon escape her sewer prison? Will Nick actually deck Ian? And will Nate's recruitment pitch to Damien finally make sense? Yes, we got to stay tuned because Genoa City Chaos Train has no brakes.